I bet it's time for a new hose. I bet you've been sick and tired of that beat up hose you've been using, or maybe you replace them every year because you keep buying the same crappy hose. Well, we got one from Belmont Garden that's gonna be the last hose you need to buy. It is our choice of Easy Reach Fireman FlexEnd hose. 3 choices available, $49, $59, or $69 for the big one. Everybody's ordering the big one. Why get a smaller hose when you can get a big one, right? You can always reel it up, doesn't take much space up. But what makes this hose so special is the built-in features. This has the flexible end, which allows you to articulate it in any position to clean the gutters, the car, under the wheel wells, under the lawnmower, your plants, your hanging plants, your RV. That's the big key, and the fabrication of what it's made of. It's virtually indestructible. It is light. It is flexible. These regular plasticky garden hose, when you buy them, the things weigh like 5, 10 pounds. And they're stiff as a board. This is super flexible. It weighs 1 pound if you get the 50, 2 pounds if you get the 100, and it's got that incredible hose. You'll never have to buy another hose again. You got 30 days to try it out. John Yizer's here. Good to see you, my man.
See you.
So it's our second presentation together. We're showing you the flexibility of this thing, but the biggest issue people have, I would say, with their hoses is they just don't last, John.
They don't last. Exactly. They don't last, and the key is that they also kink up.
Yeah.
Now, we just showed you real quick here how flexible it was. I was just whipping that around here just so you can see it's going to be easy to use in the garden.
Yeah.
But the other part that's easy to use is the fact that it coils up as easy as this. It literally will coil up instantly in your hands. It's that easy to do. It'll coil up on the ground easy. Now, this is what we're used to. Now, when you have a regular hose, once it kinks, those kinks stay there.
Look at
They don't go away, and the reason is it actually causes the hose to fail. Once it's failed, it'll always kink in the same spot.
Even when you stretch it out. Look what happened. And these spots, well, look, here, let me flip it over and show you the other side. Do you see, if you come in close, I don't know how close you can get. Look at what's developing. You see it? Cracks, holes. Now, those are in the plastic. Give it about another week, it'll go right through the vinyl that's on the inside.
Exactly.
These are not built to last. I am sure they make these so that you'll buy a new one every year. I mean, why do that when you can do this?
Exactly. Now, this looks just like this right here. See how we actually have the kink going right here? Now, watch what happens with the Fireman hose right here. When I release it, it's actually going to go kink-free. It actually unkinks itself so that you never have to worry about it. Leave it out year-round. You don't have to bring it in the wintertime.
There's the difference if you're wondering. And what is the material of this? Because it's got like a jacket on the outside.
It is. It's a fireman jacket that's super strong. So we made it flexible, but we also wanted to make it strong. So strong that if you wouldn't mind handing me that weed eater right there,
boss.
We're going to show everyone how strong it is. Now, we wanted to make it flexible, but we all know what those fabric hoses are like when you get them at home.
Well, you got to baby it around when you're cutting things around it. You got to baby it because, God forbid, you cut into it or you hit it. Watch this demo. Watch
now,
this.
Right here, we have a weed eater. What we're going to do is just show the strength of the hose. I have a cardboard box here just so you can see actually what's going on. But it actually is tearing up the cardboard box. Now, all we're doing is showing so you can see it's cutting it up, but when we bring it over to the hose, it's actually ricocheting right off the top of the hose. Again, that's what it's doing, but when I bring it to the hose, it's not causing any problems to it. What that means is that you don't have to worry about the hose when you get it at home. Now you can see there's a few little marks on here, but that's all. All you're gonna get is a few marks on something that dramatic, and in the end result is that when you go to use the hose, the water will come out exactly where you want it, which is on this end. So this hose was full of water. Comes with a multi-function spray nozzle, and watch the power that we're gonna get out of here. Extremely high power out of the nozzle right here, and it can adjust to a nice fine spray. So here it is in a nice fine spray, and then when I adjust it to a nice hard spray, I get that power out of it. And listen to that, it's like a jet blaster right here. So it's something that you might not even need a pressure washer for, or adjust it to the nice spray. But we're gonna come to the best feature about the hose, which is the worldwide launch that we have here, and that is the fact that it actually has an adjustable end on it. It's like a built-in watering wand. And what this means is I can actually shape the end of it to the position I want. I can adjust the spray nozzle that comes with it. Let me open it up here. Now I'm gonna adjust it to a nice fine spray so I don't spray everyone. And I can reach up, this is just a rain gutter up here. Trying to reach things like this, you would normally need step ladders to climb up to. Or hanging baskets that you can't water sometimes.
You've got like 2.5 feet over your head.
And it's full controllability right here. Now watch, if I want to adjust it for a different shape, I just come over here, adjust it to any shape that I want, reach over to things, my back's not bending over, I'm not hurting my back. Or if you want to be able to clean pavers, concrete. You just bend it down. It's like a built-in concrete washer like this. Now I have the pressure turned down low for a moment, but it'll blast hard if we want it to. Or how about patio tables? Watch this. I'm gonna bend it just a little bit like this. I stay upright, get rid of all the little bugs, the stuff that when you put your chairs underneath, crawl on your legs. Now you can clean it without having to do the hard work. Key is it's easy.
Yeah, what about under your tires, wheel wells, things like that, in your gutters, all those areas where you can move that nozzle and get it right where you need. Really quickly, let me just show you the color choices we have, because you could actually pick a color. It doesn't just have to be green or black. We got other colors available. I do have it in green or black. Those are always popular. Right here, this is kind of a charcoal gray. We're calling it, I guess we're calling that gray black. This is blue. If you had a red garden hose, I love it. You never lose it.
Nope.
Right? You got a red garden hose. Hey, don't laugh. You know what the problem with the green one is? Looks like the lawn. You don't want to run it over with the lawnmower.
Exactly, but you don't need to worry about the weed eater.
No, you don't have to worry about the weed eater. Don't go over it with the mower. But if you got a red one, you'll see it, and that's ideal as well. So you have your three choices of size. 50, you got 75, you got 100. 100 is outselling 4 to 1 all the other ones because it's a good deal. It's a much more, it's a better deal financially, but also if your hose is too short, you got to buy another one. You might as well get the 100. Now, if you do get the 50, you can attach all the hoses together, so you can always buy another 50 if you want. Don't worry about it. There are so many different things that you normally wouldn't think to use your hose for that you will use. What about, oh, that's a great example. Did you ever try to wash under your dog?
Exactly.
Try laying your dog down and washing its belly.
It's an undercarriage washer.
Good luck with it. They don't like it. I've done it. I had golden retrievers, man. They'd be kicking and screaming. Well, what about like cleaning areas that you haven't cleaned in a while? When's the last time you cleaned any of the light fixtures outside your house? When's the last time you cleaned your gutters? It's too hard with a regular hose.
Exactly. This has so many uses. It's literally unlimited. High areas, RVs, not a problem because you get the extra reach. A drip irrigation system for your tree.
Sure.
Bend it over, it holds onto the tree nice and easy.
That's a great idea. You know, you brought up a great point too about if you get dead areas of your lawn.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to show you. We can transform it into a garden sprinkler.
Here,
We're going to do
now.
that.
Let me do it. Yeah, let's have fun doing it right now.
I love this. This is like one of my favorite demos because I have dead areas of the grass where and I'm not going to call a guy and have him put another sprinkler valve in for $100. No way.
Or you just take it and we're going to actually shape the end of the Easy Reach. Watch this.
Easy for you to say, John.
I shaped it into an actual sprinkler.
You got that point at me,
Sprayed
buddy.
it right at you there. Okay, and when I turn it on right here, what's going to happen is it'll actually stay in position. Now, I just created a sprinkler. So anywhere in your yard you see the dead spot, you don't need to go search for the sprinkler. Adjust the end of it, set it down. It's not going to take off on you.
Kevin just said, what a great thing if you got kids.
Oh my
we
have some video of grandkids in this, and you will see. It's like a play area.
100 different things the kids can do with this.
Now,
and remember, it's okay because they're watering the lawn at the same time.
Exactly. Now, here is the Easy Reach FlexEnd on this. What's happening is you can see you can shape it to any position you want. It's only the last 2 feet will hold its position. The rest stays flexible. We just made a sprinkler out of it. Watch this. She has an area that she wants to water, not a problem, set it down, and she can leave it there. It's instant sprinkler. I mean, literally instant.
And you know what's neat too is that because you can dial the pressure, the hose isn't running away from you when you drop it. You ever have that happen? It's just like squirreling away, running like a snake.
It's so hard to get the top, let alone solve. There's undercarriage washing systems that you can buy for a car. You don't need it. It's built into the hose.
All right, 4 choices: charcoal black, green, blue, red. You know what? I may buy a red one today because honestly, I love having it not match the color of the yard.
Red's cool.
Red is a really great color.
In the yard.
If you want to get the red in 100 foot, it's only $69. We have FlexPay available. Get the larger one if you're on the fence. Because as I said before, I don't have a big property, but I have the 100 foot because the bib on my house is on the other side of the house. The majority of the lawn is on this side because my house was built in the 30s. They didn't plan on things like that, like that the property would change. So get the bigger one. Get a hose you can rely on. You know, it's so funny, and I said this to John before. It seems like such a little detail.
Yes.
But when you're like me, like I like to do a lot of stuff myself. I have a little property. I don't know. I'm not gonna have some guy cut my grass. It takes me 11 minutes to cut my grass, but I take pride in it. And I love relying that every time I pull that mower, it starts. Every time you go to your garden hose, if it's leaking, is that not frustrating to you? It's like, It's supposed to do one thing,
Right.
hold water, and it's not working. Then you need to buy this hose.
Exactly.
Right?
Now, also, when it's cold out, a lot of the areas it's cold, and it will be again in fall, we all know what happens. I've got an ice chest right here. This is a standard hose. They get stiff and difficult to work with. You're not going to be using it in the ice or snow, but
it's frozen.
All it takes is for it to get a little cold. They're difficult to manage. Now, same exact conditions. We have the Fireman jacket in here. Watch what happens. It stays flexible. It's flinging the ice out of the way like it doesn't care. And the reality is that when you're all done, you've got a hose that's easy to manage. Comes with the built-in watering wand right here, ready to go. Again, cold weather, warm weather, leave the hose out. You don't need to put it away.
If you're looking, like I said, for less frustration, you know, a lot of us, we're spending time at home. We're working on our yards. I love doing the gardening show regardless, but it's kind of nice knowing that a lot of you are home and you're looking for things to do. There's nothing on the TV other than, you know, your updates, which you need to keep aware of, but you want to work around. You're like, you know what, I have some time. A lot of you are home by no choice, and you're with your kids. They're doing their schoolwork online. Maybe get out and do some projects around the house. Keep your mind flowing, keep your mind active. Try to have other things in your life to keep you going. This is just one of those things, like this show with flowers and all that can kind of get you through stuff. So grab it. You know, we've got our market online that we're talking about with lots of great items for you if you need them, and we'll ship them for you. It's really a great way for all of us to kind of help out. But gardening to me is, you know, regardless of the situation, is relaxing. Yes. I never used to do it, but my father did it. And I would watch my father walk out. My father was one of those guys that he'd take a salt shaker and put it in his pocket. He'd walk out to the garden. He literally would pull a tomato off, put salt on it, and eat it like an apple. But he was like, that's living. That's what life's all about. It really is. It's about little things. This may seem like a little thing, but it's a big deal. You don't realize how much you use your garden hose for.
And while we've been sitting here, I've been tying this in knots and I'm doing it. This is just to show how tangle-free it is. Watch this. It's just in this little knot right here, but when I pull it, it actually goes straight. Yeah. The key is it's easy to use. That's what I'm trying to show here. Yeah. There's a few things I want to show over here real quick.
Because this is another issue people have, John, is winding up the hose.
Correct.
Right? It's the worst part about having a hose is that, you know, it's got to go back on this reel.
Exactly.
And if your hose looks like this, and I'll come down here if you don't mind, I'll walk here. Now this is probably about is this a 50 or 100 here?
That is 50 foot, I think.
It looks like a lot.
Yes.
Because it takes up a lot of room. But if you look here, I mean, I gotta walk 100 feet away or 50 feet away just to straighten this thing out. If I try to coil it up, look at John go.
I've already wound up 50 feet, and I'm going to connect multiples together now. Now, the benefit here is...
Look, it's a clump.
Now, I actually prefer...
I'm done, John.
Now, the reason is that when you do it like that, people don't even want to wind the hose up because they just don't want to hassle with it, so they leave it in the yard.
Yeah.
But with this, I just wound up 100 feet. I prefer 50-footers and putting them together because then if I need to move one to the front or one to the back, I can separate them. Sure. If I need 100 or 150, I put all three together. It's that easy to do. And again, when you're all done, but look at this. With 150 foot of hose on here, I want you to hold that up and see how lightweight that is. That's with the reel, 150 foot, it's that lightweight.
See, this is what I would expect just one 50-foot hose to weigh.
Oh, exactly.
And this, look at this. This is 150 feet. You realize how long that is? That's a lot of space. That's probably around your house, and then some for a lot of you that live in a smaller place. But get it. We have it in blue, we have it in red, we have it in green. We also have it available in gray. It's kind of a charcoal gray. But it's fantastic. John's going to step over to the other side, and we're going to show you just how easy it is to wash your car with this, because the key to this thing, besides the hose itself, is that amazing nozzle. The fact that it bends and articulates and holds its shape. You can bend it in any shape. So if you're coming from above, if you're coming from underneath, sideways, left ways, right ways, it doesn't matter. You can get to the spot that you need to clean, and you can adjust the amount of power because you've got that fireman's hose, which is so much easier. No more buttons to pull, latches to put up, no more squeezing constantly. You know, if you have issues with your hands, look at that. Why didn't I think of that?
Isn't that wild? You can actually set it on anything or get the reach, hard to reach areas. It's easy reach. That's hard to get under the boat. We're just showing a motorcycle here. Again, notice he's not bending over. That's the key on easy reach. Don't stress your back out. Let it do the work for you. Or washing a car is super, super easy. As you can see in the trash can or the car right here. Now, normally, even for myself, I'm 6'1". Actually getting to the top of this is not easy. But with the easy reach hose, watch how I can easily get to the top without doing any effort. I'm actually making it all the way over to the other side of the car. This is something that you would normally have to go to a pressure washer station to be able to do, but you don't have to now. Again, easy to get over to the hood to be able to rinse the car, but watch this. There's products out there that are called undercarriage washing systems. You actually buy them to wash under the car. With the new Easy Reach, to get rid of the salt or the road grime, you just adjust the bottom of it. It's that simple. Watch as I go. I can keep my back upright, reach all the way underneath the car like this. I'm doing undercarriage cleaning of the car. This gets rid of the salt, the road grime, all that difficult stuff to do. It's that easy to do. And then watch as I come over here, I'm gonna bring it up to the wheel wells. And again, the key is my back. I am standing upright, letting it do the work. Normally I'd have to get in here tight, but again, I'm standing upright, letting the hose do all the work for me. So again, this is just showing the Easy Reach. You can adjust it to any shape you want, and it forms to it. You let it do the work for you. And it's that simple. Again, watch, it's trying to hit areas that are simple, hard to get to, but again, I don't have to bend over, it's doing the work. Easy Reach is the way to go on it because the hose is easy, this is easy, and watch what happens. We have right here, it's not only easy to get areas, it's easy to actually maneuver the hose.
And you're back there, John.
Exactly.
I didn't see you have to bend over or reach over anywhere. You're able to access all those areas of whether it's a car, a boat, an RV, maybe you're washing your motorcycle or your bike. It doesn't matter. You've got access. And you saw by that last shot, you get great reach because this is a traditional size and diameter hose. The one thing they don't tell you, a lot of the hoses that are on the marketplace, they try to sacrifice weight and they're sacrificing material, which is a savings to them. But you're getting a smaller hose, so you're not getting the same flow of water. This is the standard 5/8 inch that you expect when you buy a garden hose. When you see it flattened out, that's because there's no water in it. Inside is a PVC lining, super durable, and they cover it with the Fireman jacket, which is like a cloth. It's almost like a heavy-duty tent material on the outside, like a canvas. That's what gives it all the protection, but it also what makes it so flexible, and that material also happens to be very lightweight. It's a lot like, when you think about aluminum and metal, right? Aluminum is a very, very, very lightweight. It's wonderful, and it's a very durable metal as well. It's a great conductor. But then you look at things like steel, which is super duper hard, but it's not so good at other things. Everything that goes into this is good for the hose.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, we have several items. We're going to count them off right here and show actually what's included here. We're going to start off, that is a watering wand. Now watch this. What you're holding is built into the hose. I'm going to turn this on. We're able to do the same thing, except you would have had to have purchased that.
I got to go up here.
You would have had to attach it to your hose when you need it, then unattach it to your hose. This is a built-in watering wand. Let's go to the next one. You have a concrete washer right there. Okay, that would be for going down low. Okay, so now with mine, I just adjust it. It's built in. I'm going to turn the pressure up so I could actually blast the concrete like a pressure washer. I now have my concrete washer in. Let's go to the next one. Spray nozzle, okay?
Here's the one I hate.
I have an infinitely adjustable Fireman spray nozzle, okay? Yours only has specific patterns.
And it's hard on your hands if you're trying to adjust, and you can lock it, but then you're stuck in one pattern.
Look at the fine spray that I have here, or I can go to the jet spray and I can shoot way off into the distance here, so you get all of that. Now, let's go to the next thing, sprinkler. This is included in it, and the sprinkler was laying around here somewhere. I just saw
I don't know where we did with
anyways, watch this. We're gonna go, here it is right here. So we are actually going to replace the sprinkler. Again, all this is included. I just adjust this like this, bend it around, set it down on the grass wherever I want it. I've instantly created a sprinkler. That's easy to do.
And I don't have to run a separate line.
Exactly.
I don't have to babysit it. I'm getting a little shower here. It's actually kind of nice. Anyway, if you'd like to get it, again, you have three, you actually have a couple of choices because you have colors too. So 3 size choices. It comes in the 50, it comes in the 75, and then it also comes in 100. The 100 is the most popular. I think people are like, you know what, I'll use it. I'll need the extra space. It doesn't take up a lot of room. A lot of reason people get a 50-foot hose, they can't accommodate a 100-foot hose.
Exactly.
It's too big.
Yep.
This, because it lays flat, it takes up a fraction of the size, but still holds the same water volume. People are going for the 100-foot. I never even thought about getting under there and cleaning under the lawnmower just because I never had anything that would do it. Now you've got a way to be able to do that. With 20 seconds, I want to show you how powerful this hose is. Go ahead, John.
Okay, so basically we've got a weed eater right here. I'm just got a cardboard box so you can see the power of what we're gonna do. It's eating up the box, okay? Now, yes, it's eating the box up, but let's take it to the hose. And again, what's happening is it's bouncing off the hose. Okay, it doesn't affect the hose because the fireman jacket. Here's what's happening to the box. Nothing's happening to the hose, and the reason is that it's super strong. All we're trying to show is that when you buy this hose that has a fireman jacket on it, it's super strong.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. One of the first plastic hoses or regular type hoses I had, cracked with a weed eater. It really did. I was like, I never thought it would break. It went right through the side of the little rubberized. It went right through it. You got a hose that's going to last you. It's probably one of the most important garden tools you can buy as we enter into garden season because you're already watering. You've been washing your car for a while. Get a hose you can count on. John, great job again.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. All right, listen, my favorite roses